Yo, yo, yo. Dude, I hit it. It didn't unmute me. What's up, my peoples? Happy Tuesday. What's going on? Hope everybody's having a good day so far, whatever time it is for you, man. We got video gaming news for March 5th. And then we got more Balatro today, man. We're Balatroing it up. You know, sounds like a dish of food, which I like. We know it means like buffoon, right? Or jester, which is also hilarious, and I love that. The game's really fun. It's a change of pace for us, which is nice, and it's kind of relaxing and chill vibes, but it's a very good roguelike deck building kind of game with a traditional styled playing card deck. It's interesting, and basically just playing poker. So it's pretty neat, it's pretty cool, and I'm enjoying it so far. What up, 8-Row? How you doing, buddy? What's going on, man? How's your day been so far? So we'll keep playing some more of that today. See if we can't unlock some more stuff. Yesterday was a lot of fun. I was enjoying it so much that I went pretty late yesterday, stream-wise. And so we'll have some more of it today, and we'll see where we get to, you know? You bought Thaumaturge? Oh, nice, dude. Yo, did you already start playing it? School's internet can't handle streams that well? Oh, stupid school. Idiots. You're about an hour in. Yo, Thaumaturge looks awesome, dude. I was really interested in starting to play that, but it was just too close. The release was too close to Unicorn Overlord, man. And you know I was going to be, you know, rocking those pink unicorns. You know what I'm saying? Woke up at 4 because of it. Word. What do you think so far? I know an hour is not really a good amount of time to give a solid amount of feedback, but that game looks awesome, and I really want to play it, but I'm just, I didn't want to try and start it before Unicorn Overlord drops on Friday, you know? So far, so good? Good. We'll try to pull it up. Let's pull up, we'll pull it up here on Steam and take a look at it, see what people are saying so far. Yeah, Thaumaturge is on our schedule as something to pay attention to because it looks amazing, and I really love those types of games too. So, Pinky, thanks, dude. Requirements on Steam state 32 gigs of RAM. Wait, for reals? Interesting. I mean, that's not an issue, but it would be for some people. Would be for some people. Thank God you just built that new PC, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's actually for that kind of game. That's kind of intense, dude. It seems like I can play it twice even. Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, you doubled up there, brother. Right on, man. Well, keep letting me know what you think of it as we move forward, as you move forward with playing it, man, because I'm really interested in that game. It looks so cool. It's just, you know, the whole Unicorn Overlord thing, it's a spiritual successor to a game that I was in love with as a youngster, dude, on Super Nintendo, and I have to play Unicorn Overlord on release, so that's one of those things for me, but I'm really interested in playing that. We might get to it at some point this year, especially if you know, if reviews look good and you're telling me you really enjoy it, dude, then that's probably going to be a definite for me. Rando moat time to begin this Tuesday. Let's go. A little bit late for the old holiday Santa, but we'll take it, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and do what we do, guys. Let's dive in here and get into video gaming news, find out what's going on in the world of video games, the industry of video games, and then we'll go play games. Cool? Let's do this. Murdoch's here. Murdoch's rocking out. What's up, Murdoch? How you doing, buddy? What you been up to, Murdoch? What you been playing, man? Got a new teaser for the new Fortnite season. We'll watch it for everybody. And the Truester. What's up, True? What's going on, friendo? How you doing? New game from Titanfall's directors set in the same universe? Ooh! Titanfall 2 is a banger, dude. I haven't played it extensively, but it feels really good. I love mech games, dude. Sleepy? Yo, me too. Me too. Nice, Pinky. Dune Awakening's getting a new trailer as well. Let's take a look at that. Looks like Tim's getting their final major update. They're going to be shutting that down, it looks like. Tim couldn't compete with Pokemon and Power World, you know? That's unfortunate, really. I wonder if they're going to make a new Tim game or something. Let's take a look at it, see what's up. Yeah, we know about that whole EA strategy Star Wars game stuff. Let's keep going. Let's go ahead and take a look at Thermiters. Let's see what people are saying so far. The thermometers, excuse me. There's no R at the beginning of it. It's the thermometers. Very positive so far, 86%. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It's a very small data sample right now, data size, data set, excuse me. Yes, it's janky. Yes, the animations look kind of scuffed. Yes, I love it. Interesting. This negative has 6.1 hours. That's still not a lot of time in it. Gameplay is painfully average. Combat system is weak. Reminds me of Tainted Grail a little, even though there was a lot of emphasis on difficulty spikes, experimentation, and deck building. Here we have like 1 out of 5 of good old rusty Tainted Grail in terms of tactical combat and builds. Overall, it's like a 5 out of 10 just for the effort of a small team, maybe. Honestly, after a couple of hours, feels like even a 4. The detective part is trivial. Story is boring. It's not awful or idiotic. Yeah, I don't know. That seemed like a weird one to compare it to. That's what I was thinking too. If I was remembering, but I was like, am I remembering the right game? Why would they compare this to something like Tainted Grail? But I think I'm right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like the same genre of game though, right? Am I thinking of the wrong game? These aren't even like the same kind of genre. Why would you compare it to something like that? I don't get it.
Ring me on my phone, but there's nobody here. You can find me right at home, playing Gran Turismo. If you ask what I do, I'll tell you it's none of your business. And if you got a
maybe I am thinking of the wrong game. Hold on.
Now meet me at the club, 'cause everyone goes.
No. This isn't it, right? This isn't it. That's not the game. I don't know. I'll have to go take a look. Most of the reviews right now look pretty positive. You're never, like, this is the thing about reviews, right? You're never going to be able to please everybody. No piece of entertainment is always going to please everybody. I mean, look at Soup. Where's Soup at right now? Where's our dude? Where's Soup? Soup's not here. Let's talk trash. No, I'm playing. Everybody's got their preferences is all I'm getting at, right? And even in a game that is vastly, overwhelmingly positive, take a game like Valheim, right? That game has a stupid amount of, what is it, over 30,000, 300,000 reviews at this point? 300,000? Correct? Oh, yeah, dude, we're creeping up on 400,000 reviews at this point. 94% positive. Dude, it went down from overwhelmingly. That's interesting. It's not that far from it, though. 1 point. There's still, you know, there are people that haven't enjoyed this game. Even though this game's a banger, dude. This game is incredibly good. Incredibly good. Did it have some shortcomings on some fronts? Yeah. But the amount of good in this game absolutely overshadowed anything that was... you know, maybe lackluster, for sure, in my opinion. But we know people that played this game. We put 275 hours into this game, 276.3 to be exact. And we know people that played this game and didn't enjoy it. It's just the way it is, right? So Thermiters is looking decent right now. We'll keep track. And I'm sure Pinky will let me know as we move forward as well. My dude. Here's the thing. We keep seeing these articles, right? What is happening to the video games industry, and why are there so many layoffs? I've talked about it so many times. I've got articles all over my YouTube about it. If anybody wants to discuss this in depth again, by all means, let's hash it out. I've talked about it so much though that I'm done like diving into these articles because I've given my perspective on the situation time and time and time again, and it's just a broken record at this point. So other than diving into, unfortunately, the consistent, continual new layoffs that we have to come across in the news segments every day, I'm not going to continue to dive into the root cause of this. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, you know? Have to increase the difficulty in it? Yeah. Challenging. The first fight was able to stun lock the enemies, not take any damage. Interesting. Maybe it'll get tougher as you move forward, though. You would hope so, anyways, you know? How many different difficulty settings do they have, if you remember? I have a link for all the upcoming games, big upcoming games releasing this month, if you guys need it. It's we covered it a few days ago in our news segment, but I can give you the link if you need it. Didn't even check. Oh, okay. Word. Yeah. No problem, dude. No problem. You know what I would do. Challenging was a preset. Yeah. I'm immediately going to crank it, you know, so. Gameplay footage of Time Splitters 2 remake surfaces. Interesting. Rip, dude. Video game voice actor Mark Dodson passed away. F's in chat, dude. Rip, Mark Dodson. Heart and thoughts go out to all the friends and family and people that have been touched by Mark. You know, feels bad, dude. Rip. There you go. True. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this. We talked about the Nintendo putting a cease and desist and a lawsuit against Yuzu. Then we got some more information from our buddy Soup yesterday about maybe some of the things that were going on here. Let's dive a little bit more into this and see if we can get some of the gritty details here. There's some different ideas about what might have been the root cause of them getting caused to be shut down. Because quite often an emulator won't just get shut down. But it seems like their emulation process was also allowing people to, you know, basically maybe have to pay for the services, which means paying for the services and circumventing having to pay into Nintendo. So they were getting like basically being able to emulate Nintendo hardware and software and paying Yuzu for it rather than paying Nintendo for it. And again, emulation's an amazing tool, but in my opinion, it shouldn't be used to circumvent promoting a healthy video gaming industry in paying for putting into the supporting the developers, you know what I mean, that are worth supporting. You know, that's one of those things that's really tough for me because you know how I am about this stuff. I always want to support good developers, and I don't want to support bad developers. It's a tough thing to navigate in this industry. It really is. And I understand why people have gotten to a point where they want to try games first. And I absolutely understand it. We're all jaded, right? We'll talk about it more. Let's pull this up and see what other details we can get here. Oh, and Yuzu addressing piracy was never our intention. But I think that, you know, we'll talk about more about this whenever we get in there. But if you're going to be doing anything like setting up an emulator, especially for modern platforms, you've got to be hyper aware that people are going to try and use it for those purposes. And you got to do your best to prevent that, if that's where you're headed, you know, because you've got to know that that's what's going to happen, especially if you're aiming at Nintendo. Dude. Just support good games. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with supporting good games. Personally, I don't think that you can just not pay attention to what some of these companies do. It's different if it's a one-off. You know what I mean? It's different if it's a one-off, but most of these companies don't do it in a one-off situation. You look at Respawn with the Jedi games. You look at CDPR with, you know, Witcher 3, and then Cyberpunk. And I mean, whenever these companies show a trend of getting away with things, and they do it again, that means that they'll probably do it again. That's why it's important to pay attention in as far as I'm concerned. I understand the notion of supporting good games, but in my opinion, it makes sense to look at these companies under a microscope sometimes, and if they've got a trend of doing bad things, they're probably going to do it again because they've gotten away with it time and time again, and they're not worth buying into, even if it's something that you might be hyped about. You know what I mean? That's where I think it's important. They've shown you a trend. More than likely, they're going to do it again. And baiting people is what's made so many of us jaded over time anyways, right? So I agree. Support the good games. For sure. I'm all about that. But for me, it's important to pay attention to more than just that. Okay. Maybe. But then you take a look at it from like a macro scale too, right? So if you're talking about maybe a company like EA, I understand where you're coming from, right? But take a look at like these major companies like Ubi or EA or something like that, right? They're huge. They're huge. And their umbrella is massive. So the amount of subsidiaries they have underneath them and stuff is stupid. And it's inevitable that from time to time, they're going to have a decent product come out. But most of the time, what they do is not great for us, right? So I think when you look at it from that point of view and you go, well, just support the good games, then yeah, you might be setting them up for something to be good moving forward. But we all know who EA is. We all know who Ubisoft is. We all know who these big companies are. We all know how they tend to function as a large business with just dollar signs in their eyes, right? And just because they made one pretty good game doesn't mean that the next iteration is going to be something fantastic either, because we've seen that time and time again as well, right? And so, I mean, that's where for me, I think it's more important, you know, or equally important to pay attention to what happens here, you know. Yeah, I know, but I think where we're differing here is that you are fairly careful about what you dive into, right? You're careful about, you don't just go willy-nilly buying all kinds of, anytime you get a piece of software that looks amazing, you're going to dive right into buying it or whatever, pre-ordering it. And that's a lot of what I try to educate people on, right? Is like, that's been a big cause of the issue in the industry for us, right? Is so many people buying into the hype. So many people buying into the hype, not paying attention to what these companies have done in the past. So they just continually create this snowball effect for us. I know, because we've been friends for quite a while now, that you're more deliberate in the way that you address your purchases and you know, your games and stuff like that, right? And you do support good titles and you support good companies and stuff like that. So I guess where I'm getting at is a lot of what my education about, right, is trying to get people to understand that if you just keep buying into the hype and not pay attention to the companies that are building this hype into you, you're just continuing to feed a negative process, right? These companies are massive. They know what they're doing. They know how to feed you full of crap and get you built up into buying into a premise of something they're not going to deliver on, correct? A lot of them do that all the time. And so that's where, for me, it's like, pay attention to whether they're actually delivering on what they're promising to deliver on in either content or performance. Both sides of that, both of those. And if they've shown you they'll do that, then cool, man. Whoever it is, doesn't matter to me. Right. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then and it's gotten so bad that it's at the point where, these companies know that they can bait people into pre-ordering so well that they'll do, pay $100 instead of $70 for the base game, and we'll give you 3 days of early access. So you're really just a final beta tester. It just gets more and more and more gross, right? And it's just created these very, very bad trends and bad marketing schemes and stuff in the industry for us. So yeah, I think that, quite often we're on the same page about a lot of this stuff. I think so. You're pretty careful and deliberate about the way that you address your games that you play and support and the companies that you're into and stuff in here. And I'm the same way. It's just, for me, it's more about trying to, if people are in, because it's hard for people not to buy into these universes they love, the franchises they love, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, the DC and Marvel stuff or whatever, right? But that's one of the big things that they bait people on too. And that's why, for me, it's like, pay attention to the companies that are making these games for you. Have they shown you in the past that they do crap work? Then it's probably not worth pre-ordering or buying on release. It's probably better. You're probably better off waiting a couple of days till after it releases to see what the reviews say, right? As opposed to a company that shows you historically that they do a good job. Yeah. Do a good job. And then, and you feel fairly comfortable in what they're going to be delivering, then by all means, do what you do. But if you do that, and, at some point you're comfortable with the company and you buy into their product on release or pre-order or whatever, and it turns out to be a piece of crap, then that company has to go onto your naughty list. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful about that company moving forward. Yeah, I like 11-bit too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at, dude. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to watch this. We've got that up. Yes. For any of you that don't know, Apex Legends is literally taken from the Titanfall universe. And there's been water cooler talk for a long time of potentially a new Titanfall game. One moment. So, we've got an article up already where they're talking about the new Titanfall game potentially. We're going to look at that. So I'm not going to pull this one up. We've already got one. But that's really exciting. I love mech games, dude. Love them. Still need to play Crisis Core, by the way. Perfect example of what we were just talking about. I did not play Crisis Core on release because the previous From Software game I did buy day one, pre-ordered, which was Elden Ring, and it was a very underwhelming performing game on PC. I felt baited by it. Felt like they made the game for console. They tried to port it to PC at the last minute, and it felt terrible to play through that game on PC on release. It felt horrible. And so that's why I didn't buy Crisis Core on release. But apparently, Crisis Core was pretty good. Yep. Or Fires of Rubicon 6, you know what I mean? Apparently, it was pretty good on PC, so I need to buy it and I need to play it. Are you... Wait. Why are they showing... Call of Duty's not mashing up with Warhammer 40K, is it? Call of Duty Season 2 Reloaded update arrives March 6th. This is Warhammer, isn't it? This looks like a little Warhammer 40K. Let's pull that up. If Soup gets in here, we know Soup's going to want to dive into the Call of Duty copium, you know? Yo, here we go. Yeah. Skull and Bones has seen sharp price decline in less than 3 weeks. Wait, but this is a quadruple A game, right? Yo. Who didn't see this coming, man? Come on. 11 years in development, by the way. Jesus. Yo, where's True at? Yo, True. Apparently, Arthur Morgan is set to be your American history teacher via a new audiobook. I'm going to link this in here so you can take a look at this. Yo, Jamie, what's up? Pal World, better than Pokemon? Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. In my opinion. Yo, True, if you want to see that, there that is. True's our resident RDR2 aficionado, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Might be able to just listen to Arthur Morgan read you a book, you know. True be getting all peepo comfy, dude. Listening to Arthur Morgan. Yeah, Pal World was amazing. I mean, I played it on release. Me and Pinky did. True did. We loved Pal World, and I'm really interested in what yeah, for sure, True. Really interested in what Pal World feels like now that the that first big update came out. They definitely took care of some things that I had noted as being, you know, needing to be addressed. It was obviously early access. It had its rough edges. I expected that, but the game overall was flipping fantastic, you know. And what I told everybody, if you don't know this, I'm going to play Pal World again on full release. So I didn't play all the way through the game. How many hours did I put into Pal World right now? $63 hours I put into Pal World. So, want it to come to PlayStation one day? It probably will, Jamie. Yeah, it probably will. That's a smart move for the. So it's not like it's on an exclusive deal or anything. So it's obviously it's a small development team. So I think that people have to understand that this is an independent developer. It's a small indie team, but they have gained a lot of notoriety for this game. We had been watching it for a long time in development. We'd been waiting on it for a long time because I remember the first time Pinky and I saw it, the bug that allowed to catch bosses. Yeah, dude, yeah. They apologized for accidentally fixing it while they were fixing other stuff. So, it might even add the bug back in. Oh, interesting, dude. Nice. That's crazy. Yeah, so Pinky and myself and a few other people here in the community, when the first trailer dropped for Palworld, we were like, whoa, dude, this game looks dope. Like, can't wait for this to drop. And then it was like a no-brainer whenever it was hitting early access, we were going to play that game. So, it felt really good. It had its issues, obviously. And then we ended up on the, we were on a private server. We weren't on an official server. We had some script kids come in and hack to the server and started messing with people's bases and stuff. And at that point, I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. I've experienced a good chunk of what it has to offer, and I'll dive back into this on full release. But it's a really, really good game, dude. It's really good. And I know that there were a lot of Pokemon fans that I got the impression there were a lot of Pokemon fans out there that were upset at Palworld, when really they shouldn't have been. If they wanted to be upset at anybody, they should have been upset at Pokemon, they should have been upset at Game Freak, and they should have been upset at Nintendo for not doing something closer to what Palworld is a long time ago. And if anything, they should be applauding Palworld for probably being the catalyst behind prompting Pokemon and Game Freak and Nintendo to evolve Pokemon into something more like Palworld in the very near future, to be honest with you. But yeah, Palworld's dope, dude. Very, very cool game. The Claw will release in the US on March 8th. We brought up all the stats and everything of the Claw yesterday. There's 3 different tiers. The lowest tier is $699, $700, I think. So there's a link in our video gaming news channel of the Discord. If you want to go take a look, there's a really good article in there that shows all the stats of all the different tiers, the different models of the Claw. You can take a look at that. We've already got this stuff up. Yeah. Imagine hacking in a game, dude. Here's the thing. I talk about this a lot. My personal view on this kind of stuff is like cheating and hacking in a game. If it's a single player campaign game or whatever, and you just want to mess around and you're not affecting anybody else's experience, then do what you do. I don't give a crap. You know, cheat codes and command line cheats and hacks and stuff have been around forever. Game Genie stuff, dude. People have been cheating in single player games for eternity, and if that's what they want to do in their own experience and it doesn't affect anybody else, then by all means have fun. I don't give a crap. But whenever you go into somebody else's world, you know, or other people's experience, when you're affecting other people's experience in a live service, multiplayer environment, competitive experience, whatever, then you suck. And as far as I'm concerned, especially in the competitive side of it, you're just a soft ass gamer that literally wants instant gratification in killing people and being better than people because you don't want to take the time to get good, as it were. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that that's where I stand on it. I hate cheaters in games, in multiplayer live service games. I detest it. It drives me insane. I love, one of my favorite things to watch online, videos of people getting caught cheating. I love it. Getting caught cheating, getting banned because of cheating, stuff like that. Dude, I love it so much. I love it. Does Nintendo own Pokemon or Game Freak? I think Game Freak is a subsidiary of Nintendo, but Pokemon is their own company, right? Pokemon's their own company, but I think Game Freak is actually a subsidiary of Nintendo. I'm pretty sure. But let's educate ourselves. How about it? It is a common misconception. Game Freak is an independent company, does not have a capital relationship with Nintendo. Interesting. This was November of last year. The Pokemon series of games is a joint venture between 3 companies, Game Freak, Nintendo, and Creatures, with each owning a part of the franchise. The more you know. The more you know, man. I always just thought Game Freak was like a subsidiary of Nintendo because that's, it just seems like that's all they do, you know? So. Don't want to spread misinformation. That's why we look like look things like that up, dude. Literally work in a building owned by Nintendo, though. What? Game Freak transferred from its building in Tokyo to a much larger office owned by Nintendo. So, so tell me that you work for Nintendo without telling me that you work for Nintendo. You know what I mean? Bro, that's insane. That's funny. Let's see here. Yo, Baldur's Gate 3 physical edition to have 4 discs. Do you guys remember the days? The days of multiple discs? Doug, the beginning of, what was it, last year? Dude, I can't even remember. I think it was the beginning of last year. I actually pulled out a lot of my old video gaming stuff, right? And it was like pulling out all my old PS1 stuff, PS2 stuff, and there's like just discs on discs on discs on discs. You know what I mean? Look where we're getting back to, dude. Xbox and PlayStation, if they're going to continue to do physical, have got to move away from discs. I think they still need to incorporate an optical drive option along with backwards compatibility, but they need to evolve into something more like what Nintendo does with, you know, SD card cartridges and stuff. That's crazy. Let's take a look at that. 4 discs on Xbox. Yeah, okay. So this sucks. Which Pokemon could go on PlayStation Xbox? So, here's the thing, Jamie. We're in this process of an evolution in the video gaming industry where things are changing a bit. And they've been changing for a while, but it's really, really apparent now with seeing what Xbox is doing, right? Have discs. My discs get scratched. It's annoying. Yeah, there are some machines out there and stuff that can fix that, the scratches on discs and everything if you look into it. There's also some like life hack stuff. I'll tell you what. You guys want to hear something crazy? I found out whenever I was younger. You remember back in, some of you might remember anyways, back whenever I was a youngster, dude, and we rolled around with flipping CDs all the time to listen to music, you know, show my age a little bit here. We had, you know, discs would get scratched and everything, right? And if they were scratched deeply enough, they would skip. So one of the life hacks we used to use was toothpaste. So you would smear toothpaste in a decent amount, you know, not like super thick, but you would smear toothpaste on the underside of a disc, right? Put it in the microwave and the CD will melt and smoothen the scratches. Don't do that, by the way. But if you would put toothpaste on the back of a disc and let it dry, and then after it was totally dried, wipe it off with a really soft cloth and like water, wipe it all out and buff it with like a really soft like microfiber cloth and stuff. No more skips, dude, at all. It was wild. I can't remember which like I had a friend, dude, back in the day that showed me that, and it always worked. I don't know what it was, but it always worked. It was crazy. Nice Nice recommendation there, though, Pinky. I like it. But there are a lot of machines nowadays, that, like little machines you can buy that you can just put the disc in. It'll like buff out the scratches and stuff. It'll make it playable again and stuff like that. But I don't know how much they cost, so it could be pricey. I don't know. The Xbox partner preview announced for March 6th. Unfortunately, tomorrow. So tomorrow is my normal day off. By the way, again, for anybody that hasn't heard, I am getting a P.O. box set up. So P.O. box, I should have the address to that tomorrow. I just needed a day. I needed my next day off. Everything's been set up. It's been reserved. I needed my next day off to be able to go turn in some paperwork and get that done. Get toothpaste and put it in the microwave. Yeah, that should be the takeaway there. So, for everybody that's interested, we will have a mailing address here pretty soon, okay? Actually, should be tomorrow. The partner preview. Unfortunately, I will be off tomorrow. Wednesday is my 1 day off a week from streaming. So, we will have to just recap this on Thursday, okay? So, Thursday, whenever we do the news, 2 days from now, we will recap the Xbox partner preview, okay? It seems like they always do them on Wednesdays, dude. It's insane. This is the only thing that's... I knew it was going to be Respawn, dude. Respawn, they're the ones making the new Titanfall game. That's the only thing that scares me. Like I was just talking about, the past two Jedi games, you know, the Jedi games they've made have been terrible releases. Content-wise, good. Performance-wise, trash because they released them unfinished. And that's a scary thing, man. But we've got an article up about that game, so we'll look at that. Yep, we've got all that stuff up there. We're going to talk about all this. We got it. Yep. Yeah, dude, those rotten strawberries, bro. I'm expecting a pink unicorn, brother. Yo, God of War DLC is longer than the new Call of Duty campaign, and it's free. God of War Ragnarok DLC is free from Santa Monica Studios. They literally said, thank you to all of our fans for making this game so successful. And here is a nice piece of extra content for you guys, right? And yeah, the Call of Duty campaign, what was it, like 4 to 5 hours or something like that? It was a joke. It was a joke. And by the way, I mean, look, I've talked about this a lot. This is, you know, I talk about the bad side of the industry, the things that we've kind of created this bed that we have to lay in for ourselves as a collective of video gaming consumers and enthusiasts. You know, when you talk about something like Call of Duty, right? I bring this up every once in a while because, like, take a look at Modern Warfare 3, right? Modern Warfare 3, where are we at? You're talking about a game that released on November 10th of last year and is a 32% positive on Steam of over 7,300 reviews, right? And only being out for roughly a month and a half of last year, it was like the second or third highest selling game. That's how absurd this is. Just because it says Call of Duty on it, people buy it. But it's a piece of garbage. It's literally a piece of garbage. I mean, you can even take a look at Metacritic, right? Go to Metacritic. Literal piece of dookie, man. I'll let that come up. Hold on. It's having a time. see what else we have here real quick. This will be the last page we look at. Problem loading page. Feels good, dude. Let's go. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, you look at this, right? I think there's probably a little bit of review bombing here for a 2.0, you know. But even the critics, 71 critics on PS5 saw this as a 56. A 56. Xbox, 22 critics at a 61. PC, 32 critics at a 57. What a piece of garbo, dude. And it's hugely successful because people buy it because it says Call of Duty. It's a piece of duty, dude. Just spelled differently. It's total trash. But this is what I talk about, you know. And they even had, we read articles where after this game released, they caught a lot of criticism about this game. They had individual developers out from underneath like Sledgehammer that were anonymously going, we were rushed through this. They're making us push these games out way too fast. We are not happy with the state of this game, but the company, you know. And this is one of those problems where you take Pokemon's one of those games, Assassin's Creed's one of those games, Call of Duty's one of those games, these franchises where they want one out every single year. And I'm sorry, man, but if that's what you're doing and you're expecting a AAA experience out of a game that's being pushed out every single year, you're not going to get that. That's not the way that works. It just doesn't work like that. You know, these companies are solely interested in baiting people into buying products based on their names, right? You've seen Pokemon start to decline with the quality of their games. Call of Duty obviously has been. You know, Assassin's Creed. It's just, even if they're mediocre when they come out, could you imagine how good they would have been if they would have just taken the time to spend like 3 to 4 years developing the game? You know, which I know for live service games doesn't necessarily always work, but it could as well if you just did it right. But that's not what they care about. They care about releasing a game. It's quantity over quality is what these all are. Quantity over quality. Push out as many as you can. Get people to buy them over and over and over and over. That's all it is. There's no focus on great gaming content, really, right? I mean, it's so disgusting to watch. See what else we got here. This should be the last page. Sin Duality is like Armored Core as an extraction shooter and has a closed beta later this month. Let's see what this is. Shut up. Someone got GTA Vice City running on an internet router, dude. Let's go. Nice. Oh, yeah. I rant about that all the time, too. You know, we need more competition is the problem, right? We need more competition on that front because with no competition, there's nothing to prompt EA to do any better with their games that they have a lock on that nobody else makes. It's just the same football / soccer games every year. Same, you know, American football games every year. Same NHL games every year. They don't improve them. All they care about is their ultimate team crap. That's it. It's disgusting. There needs to be more competition. And until there is, it's not going to change. You know, EA is disgusting, dude. Yeah, the layoffs in the industry have been just catastrophic, dude. It's so bad. All right, let's dive into these articles, man. These will be our articles for the day. Let's do this. Sin Duality. Have you guys heard of this one? I don't know that I've heard of this one yet. Sin Duality is like Armored Core as an extraction shooter with a closed beta later this month. Gameplay trailer has me... I mean, this is the trend, right? Extraction. Everything extraction. Everything needs to be extraction. This is, you know, everything over the past like 5 to 7 years had been, let's make a battle royale. Right? Now everybody's like, let's make a battle royale extraction game. Hope FIFA finds another game company. There's not a contract. Well, yeah, they already had. So FIFA had already started making. Unfortunately, look, FIFA is not a great organization either. They're pretty gross too. All they really care about is money, also. And they started off after the contract negotiations broke down to keep making games with EA. They started making NFT, blockchain, cryptocurrency games. There's like 3 of them out there they started making. So. We'd seen like, who was it? Is it Ronaldo? I think Cristiano Ronaldo might have been working on a game that looked decent. Was that the one we found? Yeah. So take a look at this, buddy. Take a look at this. This might be something for you to look into. So a free-to-play soccer game. Cristiano Ronaldo has invested more than 40 million himself into this project here. So take a look at this and see if this might be something that can give you a little bit of hope here. You know, see what you think there. We came across that not too long ago. And if you keep doing some other searches, you might be able to get some more information. That's just the first one that came up. I think this is the one we hit on before as well, which was a pretty good one. It might have shown a video as well. Let me see here. Shut up. No, I think we had to look up a video for it. I think we actually were able to look up a video for the game and stuff, though. So if you go to YouTube, you might be able to find a video for it, Jamie. All right, let's get back in this. Sin Duality. Let's look and see what this is, man. Interesting. As a man in my 30s, the author says, the idea of going to a club is exhausting to think about nowadays, let alone do. I don't care about that, dude. Sin Duality is part Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, and that it has big old mechs, which I can get behind. Let's do this. They can zip around like they're on roller skates, and part extraction shooter a la The Division, Hunt Showdown, or whatever particular flavor of PvPvE multiplayer takes your fancy. Yeah, Jamie, seems like it, right? Ronaldo seems like a good person, actually. You know what I mean? I don't keep up with a lot of like European football and stuff, but what I have seen about some things about Ronaldo seems like a pretty solid dude, to be honest. And I don't know a lot about him again, but from what I have seen anyways. In what will become clear as the game's love of nonsense jargon terms to establish its dystopian sci-fi world, your drifter, pilot, is hunting around for AO crystals while avoiding Ender's monsters using your Magus, an AI companion that looks like a ghostly anime child, to help pilot your cradle coffin, which you'll need to clamber inside to explore the surface of the earth, turned deadly by the tears of the new moon. Sort of poisonous rain that also mutates people. Nice, mutated people. As well as the crystals. You'll also be on the lookout for information on exactly what happened up above, no doubt involving yet more jargon. In typical mech fashion, you'll be able to customize both your cradle coffin and your Magus to equip you for battle against Enders and rival drifters. Using ranged weapons and melee attacks to wipe out threats to your hull, you'll also be able to team up with less hostile players from the looks of things, waving a white flag at them instead of blasting their mechs into scraps. Closed beta trailer. Let me turn off the music and let's watch this real quick.
Peggy 16.
Peggy 16. Oh, give me the mech games, baby. Give them to me. Ooh, it looks decent. Have we seen this before? That's kind of loud. Is that kind of loud? Oh, let's go. Yeah, boy. Yo, is this the new anthem? It's called UFL. Nice. Nice. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks. God dang, dude. This song slaps, dude. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no doubt. I definitely start sweating just listening to that. Yeah, the mechs look good, dude. Yeah. I love mech games, dude. That's kind of cool, man. PS5, Steam, Xbox Series X and S, Bandai. Sin Duality. Let me see if I can find this on Steam real quick, and then we'll read the rest of this. Or I'll read the rest of it first, and I'll find it on Steam for everybody. Sounds and looks fairly fun, although I found watching its latest EDM-laden trailer genuinely exhausting, despite the promising snippets of what looks like a fast-moving, roboted uptake on multiplayer extraction shooter formula between the, flashing blue screens of death, throwing up those jargon words. Yeah, it was a pretty busy flipping trailer, dude. Looks like it was originally announced back in 2022 and presumably aiming for a release later this year, although calling it TBD, to be determined for now. Let's look at this on Steam. Closed beta test is kicking off on March 28th and running until April 1st via Steam, by the way. Let's go to their page real quick and take a look at this. Yeah. So Sin Duality, Echo of Ada. I'll link it for you guys. Do they have a closed beta test? I'm guessing you can find out how to sign up for it right here. I'll pull that up. Let me share this with you guys first. If you want to go wishlist this or take a look at this, there's the Steam page. The closed beta is only going to be on Steam, it looks like. Now open to applications. Enter a PvPvE competitive raid and fight against other players and enemies. Register now to have the chance to become a drifter and discover this exclusive brand new looter shooter experience. Closed beta key timings. March 4th through the 19th, 25th through the 26th. So applications just popped off. The beta test again from the 28th through the 1st. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh, and right here's the link to sign up for the closed beta test access. So you can go right here. Pull that up. Let's see if I pull the link up for everybody. Yeah, this will be your link for signing up for it right there. So I'll link this for you as well, just in case anybody wants to sign up for the closed beta test there. All right, I get our music popping back off. Whew, that was a busy trailer, dude. All right, let's go. Baldur's Gate 3 Physical Edition to have 4 discs. Dude, I thought the days of this, the massive amount of discs were over in gaming, but we're getting right back to it, man. Games are too big anymore. Too big, dude. The biggest size we have, if I remember correctly, dual layer Blu-ray discs, right? And what can they hold? Like 130 gigs, 125, 130 gigs of data, I think. It's not enough. It's not enough. Honestly, I expected the latest generation of consoles. Obviously, the Switch is already switched over, if you will, to using like SD card cartridges, which can hold more data. But Xbox and PlayStation have just stuck with traditional optical drives, and there are some pros behind it, but games are too big for it now, man. You know. Oh, nice, Jamie. Yo, if you end up playing it, dude, do me a favor and let me know how you feel about it. Okay, I would love to get some feedback from somebody that's playing the game. Yeah. So this is kind of a wild thing. We're kind of going back to the way things used to be with numerous physical discs for physical game releases when they happen now. So Baldur's Gate 3 is getting a physical release soon. It was recently confirmed that on Xbox Series X and S, the game will span a whopping 4 discs. It was explained by Larian Studios that this is an effort to avoid compromising the game, which was reportedly over the limit for 3 discs by just 500 megabytes. Interesting. If Larian wasn't willing to provide a 4th game disc, it would have had to cut content from the title ahead of shipping. Rarely seen, most games are available on a single disc these days. Some come packaged in a 2-piece. That's typically a data disc and a play disc. Rare circumstances will see 3 discs that are used to break down the biggest games on the market. 4 discs for one game is extremely rare. Didn't used to be, but it is now. On PlayStation, the physical release will span 2 discs, and on PC, it'll be just 1. Yeah, some Final Fantasy games had 4 discs back in the day. Yeah, there were some games back in the day that had a lot. The deluxe edition of Baldur's Gate 3 that comes with a stack of bonuses for a relatively low price of 80 euros. On all platforms, the first wave of the deluxe edition is sold out. If you want to snag a copy now, you'll need to wait until the second wave release in Q2 of this year. Interesting. That's kind of wild, man. Yeah. So here's the thing. On that front, right? Every time you play that sound effect, I imagine that Obama being give himself a medal. That was funny, bro. Yeah. So the deal with digital is that we still live in a world where there are a few reasons why, you know, obviously on PC, we've been living in a digital world, you know, gaming wise and most software wise for that matter, for a very long time now, but especially gaming, right? But the, you know, transition into a digital realm of gaming has happened a long time ago, whereas console has been much more reluctant to adopt that notion and to implement it. So what's happened is I think that there are a few different reasons why there's been a reluctance to adopt and move forward with transitioning into digital. Some of it is just from a collector's standpoint. People like to collect the physical copies. There's some nostalgia around that kind of thing. One of the things is that we still live in a world where there are a great number of people that still don't have good internet. They have very limited internet or no internet at all. So in the console realm of gaming, it's a thing that while they miss out on things like quite often, especially if they don't have any internet at all, they miss out on things like patching to improve the gameplay and stuff like that. They're getting just the base edition release of the game. It's better than nothing, right? So not everybody is in a position where they are able to just get a digital copy, right? So of that notion, yeah, a digital copy makes a lot more sense than 4 discs. I agree. But not everybody is connected to the internet. That's why consoles, hardware-wise, are still something that are pretty prevalent, even though PC is gaining a huge leg up in the market, because internet is becoming more readily available and more prevalent all the way across the globe. But console still has its place because of those kinds of things, those kinds of issues. So that's one of the big things for people. Fortnite releases first Chapter 5 Season 2 teaser. The first teaser for the next Fortnite season is here at last, and it provides crucial information on the upcoming season theme. So our bullet points here are the first season. I'm just going to read the bullet points. We'll watch the trailer, and I'll link this for you guys if you want to read the whole thing. The first teaser for Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2 features Zeus, hinting at an ancient Greek mythology theme. Players are excited. Oh, there better be Hades in here then. Players are excited for potential mythic weapons tied to the 12 Olympian gods in the upcoming season. Fortnite fans are eager for the new season, launching on March 8th. Anticipating, obviously, new skins and gameplay elements. Where's the, Bro, I thought they were going to have a video of this. Well, here's some screenshots. Let's see if we can pull up a video, if there's any video or anything. That looks dope. Pandora's box. Titan hand event. Let's see if we can find a video for it. I don't know if there will be one, but dude, really? Where's Epic at, dude? Does Epic not have their own trailer for this, or what? I wonder if it's just on Epic's, let's look at Epic real quick. I guess not, dude. Jesus. News? I'm not going to watch somebody else's content. I figured if we get the official video, I would watch it, but it doesn't look like it's there for me, so I don't know. If anybody else can find it, send it my way, we'll watch it, but I'm not going to keep searching for I can't find the official one. I don't want to sit there and listen to somebody else flipping commentate on it and stuff, dude. I don't know. But that's what's coming. The new game from Titanfall's director is reportedly set in the same universe. Yeah. It's claimed the project, which isn't Titanfall 3, is still in the prototyping phase. So this is going to be from Respawn. Respawn's notable for good content. Their previous two Jedi games, you know, the Star Wars Jedi games were terrible releases. They were unfinished games. It was gross to watch them release those games in an unfinished state. But Apex Legends is a dope game. Titanfall 2 is a banger. You know, it's kind of like a mixed bag. I think content-wise, they do very good. But some of the more recent things we've gotten from Respawn shows us that they're willing to just release games in a very unfinished state and lean on connectivity as a crutch to finish those games and bait people into buying them, you know, unfinished. That sucks, dude. It shouldn't be that way. So, again, I'm a sucker for mech games, and, you know, for anybody that doesn't know, Apex Legends is actually set in the Titanfall universe. There's just no mechs. So, if you go play, like, Titanfall 2, you'll see all of, like, the same flipping skills and weapons, all that stuff that they took over into Apex Legends, because it's the same universe. Respawn Entertainment is reportedly, oh, look at that. Oh, look at those beautiful, beautiful mechs. That's Titanfall 2 stuff right there, baby. Respawn Entertainment is reportedly working on a new game set in the Titanfall universe. That's according to Giant Bomb reporter Jeff Grubb, who was discussing Respawn's current projects after it was confirmed that parent company EA had canceled a Star Wars FPS that had been in development at the studio. It was apparently a Mandalorian game. Announcing the game's cancellation, EA Entertainment and Technology President Laura Meal said it would allow the Apex Legends maker to focus on new projects based on Respawn's rich library of owned brands, in addition to existing series like Star Wars Jedi. Yeah, this is how gross Respawn is, though. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the second in the series, which it took them forever to fix, on all platforms, was greenlit for the third entry in the series before the second one was even fixed. Disgusting. That in and of itself shows you a perfect example of the terrible ways in which these companies are railroading us. Last year, Respawn boss Vince Zampella said a very small team was in the early stages of developing an original IP at the studio. The Skunkworks team was being led by Steve Fukuda, the game director of Titanfall and Titanfall 2, and the mission is to find the fun in something new, he told Axios. Seemingly referring to the same project during the latest episode of Game Mess Mornings, Grubb suggested it had entered a new prototyping phase. There are always conversations about Titanfall 3. Whenever I do look into it, they're not making Titanfall 3. They're just straight up aren't, he said on the subject of Respawn's current projects. Quote, they do have another team that has been kicking around a Skunkworks project that was in the very, very early prototyping. There's different phases of prototyping. There's a very early, very small team prototyping phase. Now they're going to do a wider, like this is a real project now, but still in the prototyping phase that has happened with the game. That is from the director of the original Titanfall. This is confusing. This game, as it stands today, as far as I understand, is a Titanfall game. It's in the Titanfall universe, but everyone I talk to keeps saying, don't get your mind wrapped up around it being Titanfall 3. Okay. Yeah, if this is like a campaign-styled game, like a single-player campaign-styled game, or maybe, you know, even a multiplayer campaign-styled game, then it would obviously revolve around a lot of the Apex Legends characters, I think. So we'll see what happens. That's really weird news. Dune Awakening gets new gameplay trailer revealing Unreal Engine 5 Arrakis in Dune Direct. Ooh. Dude, I can't wait to watch the new Dune 2 movie, dude. It's apparently amazing. Our buddy Sayek has already been talking about it. TF2 and TF2 mashup 100%. Let's go, baby. Let's go. The first Dune movie was very good. Can't wait to see the second one. And let's see what this game's bringing to us. The virtual spice must flow in new trailer highlighting base building, traversal, and Unreal Engine 5 Arrakis. We already knew that Norwegian game developer Funcom is working on an open-world survival MMO game set in the Dune universe. Today, the developer has provided a new look at Dune Awakening, including a glimpse into Arrakis along with some gameplay footage. As part of Dune Direct, a nearly 25-minute digital showcase to provide new details on the Dune Awakening, Funcom concluded the presentation with a new gameplay trailer subtitled Survive Arrakis. The trailer, which you can check out below, is visually stunning. All right, you guys ready? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Titan Fortress. I'm about it, dude. Let's go. I'll be right there with you, Pinky. For sure, dude. All right, let's see what we got. Play. Bruh. Bruh. All right, hold on. Or not. Is it going to start? These 3 dots are your favorite dots? Yeah, mine too. Let's go look at it on YouTube. How about that? That's fun. 20 hours ago. Here we go. This is it. Let's go. Sorry, IGN.
Few survive it.
Hopefully it's not too loud. Look at that little pupper. He's so cute. If that was me climbing that wall, I definitely would have run out of stamina and fallen all the way down. Kind of my MO. Or I would have found a way to blow myself up. You know.
Arrakis is a test. Few survive it. But the humans that do awaken.
Okay. Cool. We'll put this over here. Yeah. They're just talking about the effects you can see and stuff. Unreal Engine 5 stuff. Survival mechanics. Base building. Taken from Conan Exiles and building upon it. Special emphasis on sharing blueprints between different players. Be able to learn abilities from the great schools of the universe, including becoming a Bene Gesserit, and being able to compel enemies to come closer to, so you can stab them with a knife. Yeah. As for sandworms, Bylos says they are more of a attention mechanic. No way to kill them, they can only be avoided. However, you can lure them into your enemies or friends, or simply avoid them with an ornithopter. Okay, interesting. There's betas running right now and everything too, so if you want to try to go get in on it and take a look and see if you can get in on one, I'm sure you can. Let's get some music popping. Pokemon like Temtem announces final major updates and removal of monetization. Actually very happy with the final product. We've got some big news for all the tamers out there today, with the Pokemon like online game Temtem announcing the final major update for the game, as well as the removal of monetization. In an incredibly lengthy message to the game's community, developer Krima revealed patch 1.7 and patch 1.8 would be the last major updates for the game. Patch 1.7, due out in early June, will contain a new season, a new tamer pass, balance changes, quality of life updates, and much more. As for patch 1.8, it will come with even more quality of life updates, balance changes, a renovation and rework of the game's economy, and some other additions. In terms of monetization, microtransactions would be removed with patch 1.7, with anything that could be purchased with Novas now also purchasable with feathers. In 1.8, tamers will be able to select from any tamer pass from the past and complete its tracks. These passes will also unlock with feathers from here on out. As for the game servers, they'll remain online in the foreseeable future, and the team says it isn't contemplating an offline mode. You'll get the full rundown about the future of Temtem and the latest update on the official Krima website. Yeah, Tim Tim started life on Kickstarter in 2018, eventually released on the Switch in 2022. Since then, the development team has created 165 Tims and 6 islands for players to explore. Interesting. Removing the monetization. Cool, man. That's going to be good news for a lot of people. Gameplay footage of Time Splitters 2 Remake surfaces online. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. So, thanks to a former developer on the project, gameplay footage of the remake has surfaced. It was uploaded to LinkedIn by Rob Steptoe, who said, "I'll be sure to post what I can on the project. Original video has since been mirrored and uploaded across various other platforms. You can see 5 minutes of gameplay below." Yo, nice thong. Fortnite. Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Fortnite. Fortnite with thongs. Team Fortnite too, dude. He's going, how dare you? I mean, it's exactly what it looks like. Like an older version of Fortnite. Like, exactly. All right, I'll let you watch the rest of it if you want. I've seen enough. It was canceled. The remake was canceled in late 2023 as a part of Embracer Group's major restructuring, which has seen several game development studios close and games canceled. Yep, Time Splitters 2 Remake was poised to be a free-to-play title developed by Free Radical, but then Free Radical closed in December of 2023 because of Embracer. Free Radical Design was a hub of creativity, but sadly we join an ever-growing list of casualties in a broken industry where entire studios are treated as replaceable cogs in a soulless machine fixated on nothing but share prices. Former quality assurance manager Kevin Ellis posted, "To all who lent their skills, dedication, and creativity, you are the heartbeat of Free Radical Design." After the layoffs, developers who worked on the project started to post concept art and other various images on the Time Splitters 2 Remake project. You could also see here. Embracer, dude. Disgusting. Yuzu shuts down to better emulate video gaming industry. So we had seen that this was a lawsuit coming across for Yuzu by Nintendo. We didn't have all the details. We got a little bit more of some talk about what was potentially happening yesterday from our buddy Soup. And I want to try to dive into this a little bit more and see what we yo, can you just make this go away? Yeah, thanks. Okay, whatever, dude. Embattled Nintendo Switch emulator Yuzu has announced today that they intend to shut down the company as one last emulation of the entire video game industry. Quote, "We started this project in good faith," a statement from the company read, "but we see now that if we truly want to provide gamers with the most realistic emulation possible, we need to kill what they love. Goodbye forever, everyone." The news sent shockwaves through the gaming community along with some praise. Honestly, nailed it. Felt like the real thing. One social media commentator wrote, just when I started to really love the service, got used to relying on it, I hear some big business decision resulted in it being killed. This is the true gamer experience. Insiders in the gaming in the company gave some insight into the logic behind this final emulation. The AAA emulation cycle is just simply too long. The economics don't work. One insider speaking on a condition of anonymity said, killing it now is a tax break anyways. So here's the problem, again, and we're gonna continue to read about this in the next article. Emulation is a fantastic tool for preserving video gaming history. Nintendo, being one of the worst companies out there at eliminating our access to their historical content. We saw it here recently with them shutting down the 3DS and the Wii U eShop. Meaning that our access to all of that content is basically gone, right? They suck. Nintendo sucks. Consoles, in general, have historically not been very good. They're not good with backwards compatibility. They're not good with maintaining your access to historical content, even on the consoles you own that aren't maybe current anymore. You name it. They also love to not give you access or backwards compatibility because they want to make you double and triple dip, right? It sucks. And here's Nintendo. Nintendo loves doing this whole thing with, we're going to remove your access to the content that you still want to access and still want to play, but don't you dare go access it anywhere else. We're not going to give you a legit way to access it, but don't you dare go out there and play it on an emulator or anything. Nintendo's disgusting. Now, on the flip side, as I've said many times before, I don't condone and view emulators as being something that are applicable for circumventing, supporting the industry as a whole with modern hardware and modern software. What I mean by that is basically, if you're using emulators for piracy, right? If you're using it for piracy to go and emulate the Switch hardware, emulate Switch games, stuff like that, that you don't own. That's the caveat, right? If you own those games already and you own the Switch hardware already, you can emulate whatever the crap you want. That's okay because you own that stuff. So that's one of the big issues here as well. This is not just a black and white kind of area here. There's a lot of gray here that has to be sifted through. And let's be real honest here. There's a reason why so many people, even people that own the Switch hardware and own the Switch software, want to emulate their games on PC because it plays better. The Switch hardware is old. It's been old for a long time. And basically anything that comes out for that piece of hardware plays much better on a PC. That's just a fact. So while these emulators are being used for piracy, which I don't condone, I don't think it's good. I understand, again, why some people have gotten to the point of using piracy to an extent. I know people have gotten to a point of using piracy to an extent to try games before they buy games. And I understand it. We've been jaded. We've been duped. A lot of us have felt a lot of buyer's remorse over the years for buying into these huge companies, baiting us into buying unfinished games or games that don't fulfill the content promises that were being shoved in our faces through their marketing ploys and everything through the development process. And whenever that happens, it feels terrible. So what people have started doing in large part is they use piracy to try the games first, But what I have to say is that if that's what you're doing, if you find the good games, you support those games. You find the games that are releasing in a good state. They feel good. And again, I don't condone piracy. But if this is the way that you've decided to approach this industry, I can understand why. And if this is what you're doing, buy those games. Buy those games, support the good companies. Support the companies doing the good work, right? So you find those games that are releasing in a finished state. They're bringing you great content. You're going to continue to play them. Buy those games. Support those companies. We've got to support the better side of the industry. That has to happen. It's the only way things get better for us, you know? So apparently some of the things that we're having with Yuzu here was there was a lot of circumventing the process of legit buying of hardware and software for Nintendo, which is why Yuzu got shut down. Now, the second article we have here is Yuzu addresses shutdown. Piracy was never our intention. Probably not. Probably not. I think anybody that gets into this realm of tech and gaming and stuff where you're providing people emulation services, you've got to be hyper aware of where it could lead to, which is this. It is piracy. And especially when you're dealing with companies like Nintendo, big companies, and Nintendo or PlayStation or Xbox or big, you're going to get shut down. It's going to happen. Nintendo's going to come hard, dude. They're going to get you. They do it all the time. This is not a rarity. We've seen this happen time and time again, right? So yesterday, news service that Nintendo of America had mutually agreed with Tropic Haze LLC to settle a lawsuit, with the latter company being ordered to pay $2.4 million in damages. This was a short-lived lawsuit raised on the claim that Tropic Haze had facilitated piracy of Nintendo's Tears of the Kingdom title in 2023 through its Yuzu emulation platform. Now, Tropic Haze has reached out on social media to its fan base to post a statement mourning the shutdown of the firm. Piracy should end. Despite allegedly allowing more than 1 million downloads of Tears of the Kingdom before the game was released in May of 2023 on its platform. See, this is the thing. Let's talk about this in a second. Tropic Haze stressed numerous times in its recent statement that it's against piracy. One of the biggest sticking points in this debacle is that Tropic Haze ran a Patreon subscription service for its Yuzu platform, which means that the company was getting paid for offering these emulated Nintendo games, including the then unreleased Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, this was a big issue as well. So not only was there legitimate piracy going on, but this is some of the stuff that we kind of started catching wind of yesterday. They had a Patreon, meaning they were getting paid for letting people pirate all this stuff, which just exacerbated this issue for them. This in and of itself was going to lead to Nintendo coming at them, but then this makes it even worse. Here's what, and I'm going to go back up here and talk about this a little bit more, but here's what Tropic Haze said in a recent statement on social media. Yuzu and its team have always been against piracy. Started the projects in good faith, out of a passion for Nintendo and its consoles and games, and we're not intending to cause harm. But we see now that because our projects can circumvent Nintendo's, what is this? Technological protection measures and allow users to play games outside of authorized hardware, they have led to extensive piracy. In particular, we have been deeply disappointed when users have used our software to leak game content prior to its release and ruin the experience for legitimate purchasers and fans. We have come to the decision that we cannot continue to allow this to occur. Piracy was never our intention, and we believe that piracy of video games and on video game consoles should end. Effective today, we will be pulling our code repositories offline, discontinuing our Patreon accounts and Discord servers, and soon shutting down our websites. We hope our actions will be a small step toward ending piracy of all creators' work. Yuzu socials have been cleared down ahead of global shutdown, marking a bitter end for the service that has been around for more than 6 years. This isn't the first emulation platform Nintendo has taken legal action against, and it probably won't be the last. Like I was just talking about, this is definitely not the first time we've seen this, and it definitely won't be the last. Absolutely. As I talk about all the time, and as we talked about previously today, right? I don't condone piracy. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy for the industry, but I'm also always about educating people. Pinky said Fortnite. What happened? Pinky's turning into a Fortnite player. That's all it was. Yeah. He's done with TF2 and he's just going to play Fortnite solely now moving forward. So again, so the problem here is as I've said before, a lot of my educating on how I feel about this industry is trying to get people to take a look at the companies that you should trust, companies you shouldn't trust. And I understand where people have gotten to with using piracy to an extent of testing games before they decide to buy, for especially the companies that you don't trust. I'm sorry, but as much as I harp on Nintendo for a lot of their bad quality of life for consumers, a lot of the scummy things they do to their consumers and their fan base and stuff, they are a company that you can trust for solid content, solid performing releases. First party titles are always amazing. Everybody knew Tears of the Kingdom was going to play very well on release. So for people to sit here and go, you know, most of these people that pirated Tears of the Kingdom to try and act like, I mean, and not that this is the premise here, but I just don't believe that the majority of these people were probably downloading this game in a means of trying it first to make sure it was going to be good before they bought it. They were just trying to steal, and that's not okay. That's not okay. So this is something we're going to have to continue to deal with. Again, there's a lot of gray area to this topic. Emulation, where is it applicable? Where is it acceptable? Where is it okay? And where does it lead to not okay situations? We always have these conversations. There's a lot of great stuff that emulation brings to the table for us, especially with preserving video gaming history. And we'll continue to have to hash out this kind of topic and these issues in regards to emulation. It's just never going to stop, man. Cappy, what's up, my friend? And nope, don't tell him. I sure haven't. We might watch it today before we play games, though. We might just watch it here on stream before we play games today. How long are those videos? I haven't even looked yet. I haven't had time, man. Call of Poo Poo Season 2 Reloaded update arrives March 6th. Dude, these are Warhammer. Look, they're mashing up Warhammer 40K with Call of Poo Poo. Call of Duty. Big bag of duty. Activision recently revealed everything that's coming to the Call of Crappy ecosystem in the Season 2 Reloaded update, which is due to drop tomorrow, March 6th. It's a sizable update for a mid-season tweak that offers up to 2 new weapons, a reimagined classic map, and a series of new modes. A series of new modes and bundles to play and purchase. There's an interjection of content for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies mode, which is appreciated by fans since the core Season 2 updates seem to have left the popular side mode in the dust. Reloaded changes to the game. Fresh host of changes lined up. Top of the table sits a new multiplayer map, I'm butchering this. I'm sorry. I can barely speak English, let alone, is it Das Haus? Das Haus? I don't know. Yeah, imagine playing that, 8-row. What an insult to Warhammer. I know, Pinky. I agree. The Soul Render melee weapon and the SOA Subverter battle rifle. There's a string of new modes coming to Modern Warfare 3, including Juggermosh and Bounty. More existing maps and modes have undergone a drastic change as part of the new map variant selection. Update will see Airborne and Skid Row enter the fray as post-apocalyptic variants of some of the game's most popular maps. Warzone fans are being treated to a series of amendments, starting with a new point of interest in Fortune's Keep. There's a fresh kill streak to enjoy, the Bunker Buster Strike, and a new field upgrade that allows players to temporarily clear out a section of the gas cloud. Finally, there's a new story mission, a Dark Aether Rift, dominating Warlord, and new schematic for Zombies players to contend with. Season 2 Reloaded update is a comprehensive offering that touches all the corners of the Call of Duty ecosystem, and it all drops tomorrow on March 6th, where everybody can continue to hate this piece of crap game. Enjoy! And last but not least, The house. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought that meant. Yeah. I was pretty sure it was German too. Thanks for confirming, Cappy. Thank you. I just didn't know. I'm pretty sure that I don't pronounce it right. Skull and Bones has seen a sharp price decline in less than 3 weeks. Is this a surprise? I'm not surprised. This quadruple A game, I was pretty sure was always going to be pretty mediocre to bad. It's been markedly dropped by $25 from the original price of $70. Is there anything more depressing than seeing the price of something you just bought drop soon after? That's what exactly is happening to Ubisoft Skull and Bones. After a challenging development process that lasted 11 years, by the way, included multiple delays. Multiple is an understatement. We're talking 8 to 10 delays and a complete reboot in 2020. The game was finally released in February 16th this year with a price of $70. When asked why the game still charges a full price despite its live service mechanics, the co-founder and CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, claimed it to be a quadruple A game. While the game's record player engagement numbers have surprised Ubisoft, the journey of this, that's quoted by them, by the way. Now imagine playing a game. Yeah, the journey of this world's first quadruple A game seems to be quite challenging. Even with free trials, sales could be better. Currently, retailers have begun to significantly lower the game's price. As of now, Best Buy is selling the PS5 and Xbox versions for $45 US, while the UK, the retailer Hit, is pricing them at $50 pounds. Although Skull and Bones was initially intended to be Ubisoft's debut $70 game, its multiple delays led to Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora being released last December, after being delayed by about a year itself, becoming the publisher's first game at the higher price point. Its price was also cut down fast, dropping to $50 US and roughly 44 that's euros, right? Just 2 weeks after it was released. Ubisoft's decision to set a $70 price point can be interpreted as an attempt to offset the rising costs associated with developing high-quality games. As we move forward, time will truly reveal how this pricing decision impacts the gaming landscape and Ubisoft's position within it. Yeah, I told everybody to be careful about this, not buy into this on release or pre-order. This game had all the makings of a disaster a long time ago. And it was definitely something for people to be very, very, very worried about. Wait. Finally time to go home. Let's go. Quadruple A just looks like screaming at this point. How fitting looking at the game state. Oh, let's go. Yeah, let's get home, guys. Nice. Yeah, that is our news segment, man. Awesome. Good stuff, dude. As always, you guys rock. I appreciate you. For anybody that's been hanging out this morning that is not familiar with what we do, or if you're seeing this as a VOD later on, this is how we always start off all of our streams, 6 days a week, every day but Wednesday. So no streams tomorrow, but Wednesdays are our weekly day off. But 6 days a week we're live. We start off at 6 a.m. CST, CDT, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, or 4 a.m. Pacific. If you need another time zone, convert that. And we always begin with video gaming news, trying to stay current with what's happening in the world of video games as a whole, the industry, everything that encompasses it, promote a healthier industry for us as gaming enthusiasts and consumers, highlight the better companies in the industry that are doing us right, promote those companies in the industry, and shine a light on a lot of these companies that are doing us wrong, and try to educate people on these companies that maybe we shouldn't be supporting as much, you know. So if you can dig that, come be a part of what we do. We have an amazing community here. After we finish our news segment, we always move on and we play video games for the rest of the day, like we're about to do right now. We're gonna go play some more Balatro today, have some fun with this deck building roguelike game. It's very cool. But we've got an amazing community. We're always looking for more cool people to come be a part of what we do, spread good vibes. It's all about the love we have for the gaming industry first and foremost, but also about creating, continuing to grow a substantial long-lasting, engaging community here built around being welcoming and lifting each other up and just supporting one another in everything that life throws your way, you know. So if you can dig that, you're all about spreading good vibes and being good peoples, then come be a part of what we do. We're always looking for more people to be a part of all the fun we have every single day. So other than that, man, Peter, what's up, man? Happy Taco Tuesday, baby. Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. I'm going to run us an outro real quick for the news segment, but I'm not going anywhere. As soon as it's over, we're going to start getting prepared for playing video games for the rest of the day. So, we'll be back with more video gaming news, though, after our day off tomorrow, which will be on Thursday, March 7th. All right? Let me run this outro. I'll be right back. You guys rock.